All right, in our last video that we did, it was pretty high level, and we're going to do a lot of that because you really need to understand how the industry works, and then you can figure out where you fall into that. So right now, though, I want to talk about, because I don't want to leave you off with just that, because that's not really that helpful for you when you're actually trying to find your way through this into the gray market in that framework and figure out where you're at. So I wanted to just, I'm going to have the occasional video where I talk about the industry because it's helpful. But this video, I wanted to follow up with that because that doesn't help you all that much. So yeah, there were warnings there. Stay off of Reddit. Don't ask people on Reddit about vendors. So what I want to take a minute to talk about is those single purchases, because that's the biggest danger in this industry, is the people that are just buying ones and twos because they're preying on that you're not going to get it tested. So let's say that you buy a couple of packs and you don't plan to get it tested, you can't get it tested. I get that. One option that you have is who you purchase it from. That you can control. That's totally within your control. So if you don't know a source, you need to find a source and not somebody that's just giving you information that, hey, I heard about a guy who knows a guy. What you want to do is you need to hunt down, and again, we've made these partnerships so we can help you with that, but community or not, it's what you need to do. You need to find someone who's as close to the top of that food chain as possible. You can't buy directly from the manufacturer. They don't have what you need anyway. So you're looking at those finishers and vialers and to do the final processing of that stuff. There are a few of those out there that will sell, and they have their own sales channels. Not a lot. There's only a couple of them. And you want to find one that has a long track record because, again, some people, there's finishers and vialers that just pop up. They'll buy some used equipment. They'll hire some lab people, and next thing you know, they're set up shop. Because technically, this stuff isn't approved. The Chinese government is kind of like one of those hush things. They just don't talk about it. But they've cracked down on a few of them, mainly because they were doing other things they weren't supposed to, like steroids and stuff, but they just don't want it. Because I don't know why. I think some of the other labs that deal with the FDA just don't like it. So either way, here nor there. So you want to find your place in that food chain, and that's getting as close to one of those as possible. Not your vendors XYZ out of Hong Kong. All the ones that are in Hong Kong, they're not finishers and vialers or manufacturers. They'll say they are, but they're not. They're all mainland China. So you want to find one of those. And if they have a actual retail arm, you're great, or you're good. If not, they can a lot of times just turn you on to someone that is. They're another vendor that they deal with. Because the good vendors and finishers out there, they want a good reputation. They want to sell a good product. They don't want to be associated because they cost millions of dollars to set these sites up to actually do the final part of the synthesis. So if you find one, you want to look at their test data. Now, a lot of them, again, we know about a few of them, they actually have years worth of test data out there and sitting on their sites. That's searchable. You can find the current testing of the current batches that they're selling even. Now, most of this test data is going to be in the name probably of someone who did a large purchase with them. So you might actually see the name of a relatively large vendor that probably spent $100,000 with them. And of course, that vendor's going to want to know what they're buying. So typically what they'll do is, as part of that sale, the vendor had the manufacturer / finisher or whatever, they'll actually pay for the test, but they'll put it in the vendor's name. So again, not unusual. But if they host that testing data on their sites, or they'll have a link to it from their Telegram or whatever, and you want to go through that. And if they have years worth of data, you're actually in great shape. You're doing fine. That's not as good as getting your own testing done, but it's better than nothing. It really is. Versus the XYZ peptide guy that you found on Telegram, that he's selling product, but he might just show you 3 or 4 or maybe even 5 GenX tests that they had paid for, but that's all they sent. They only had 5 tests done, and that's all they had, and that's what they gave you. Don't rely on that. That's garbage. Those are just cherry-picked vials that they had tested. So look for someone that's larger if you're going to do this, and that has a lot of testing data. Next thing, you want to go, whoever you find, you want to go to the Telegram channel. You really just want to look over that. Number one is there a lot of activity? There will be a lot of chats on there from people that just go there and hang out. It might be for a particular vendor, but again, they have a very active chat group. people talking about their cats, their kids, and everything else. If you see social activity, you're doing well. Okay, that's good. That's a good site. You might see 1 or 2 complaints. I don't care. You might see 1 or 2 people praising him. Again, I don't care about that either. You want to go back through as far as that Telegram will allow you to go and just do a search and see what the average commentary looks like and see if it's just a net neutral by the time you come out the end. Because a lot of people, when they get their product, they're not just like reviews on Amazon. A lot of people just don't say anything. They just, hey, I'm happy with the product. They don't go through the emotions of leaving a review. But people who get a bad experience will really voice that out there. I don't care about a bad experience. The key is how did they resolve that bad experience and how did the company react to it? If they reacted to it with incredulity and actually don't want to apologize for anything or take responsibility, blame it on somebody else, blame it on a forwarder, blame it on the shipping company, stuff doesn't get received, did they follow through on their guarantee? Or if it got seized, did they follow through on their guarantee of actually replacing that product? That's what you need to know. Do that with every vendor. I don't care who it is. You just want to know if they actually have a policy and if they kept to their word and then they followed through with that guarantee. That's all that really matters. Let's see. No, that's about all I got. School.com, GenX Does Peptides. Thanks.